Yes, people, and welcome back to GavGoesIn. Obviously, got man like Richard as well from Hitbay. Yeah, big up yourself, guys, for coming through. Guys, listen, our last stream, you know what? I enjoyed it. You know, it's some good conversations that were going on.
Yeah, really.
I mean, some interesting things. You know, again, you guys let us know if you agree with what I've said or if you disagree. It's all welcome. As long as it's respectful.
I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, it was mainly me. You know, the girls might be a bit unhappy with the talk, but it's real talk, man. You're going to get real conversations over here. So, again, if you disagree with what I've said, or if you agree with what I said, let us know in the comments. And again, if you agree with what Richard, how he's come across as well, let us know, guys. But big up yourselves each and every time. But yeah, we're going to move on to some more pressing matters, you know, and again, this is going to be one that I'm going to kind of enjoy, you know, and I feel like a lot of people might be able to relate to this as well, you know, and again, this is about growing as a person and just seeing things for as they are, you know, and again, I'm someone that's had a lot of these kind of thoughts of how I'm going to, what I'm going to talk about, and again, it's one of the things where when you've got your own thing, yeah, you're trying to pattern your own thing, you know, you kind of see the world a bit differently. And definitely, I know I am, and I know Richard is as well. So we're gonna give you guys an insight into how we're thinking and stuff like that, really. So yeah, as always, make sure you guys supporting the channel. Make sure you're supporting us.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe, comment and share as well, guys. And again, give us your comments as well and let us know. But yeah, what we're gonna talk about. You know, I want to ask Richard first and foremost. You know, I want to ask you what drives your clothing brand. What makes it? What makes you really want to make this a success?
I think for me, it's about passion. It's about what I care about, and as well, it's about me and wanting to do the 9 to 5. Because for me, that's not life. Because imagine waking up in the morning at 6, because like most 9 to 5s wake up like 6, 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And try to rush out to work, especially in a place like London, where obviously, basically the London area, like you see folks just hopping on a train at 8 a.m. trying to go to work, coming back in the evening, and it's the same thing, Mondays to Fridays.
Yeah.
Years to come. Imagine doing like 20, 30 years, like this is how people live. It's like a rat race. And
yeah.
To be honest, I really don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, I agree, and just to touch on that as well, you know what it is with me, and it's taken me a little while to kind of get to grips with this, but I feel fully switched on, you know, and I think a lot of people are probably feeling like me as well. You know, maybe some people don't really want to express how they see things, but you know, over here on my channel, you're going to get real conversation, and that's what it's about. So for me, I look at things now, and the fact that I've got my channel and I'm trying to grow it, you know, the reason, my big passion for this is not only do I love football, you know, I've consumed football for my whole life. The main driving force for me is to be my own boss, you know.
Very important.
I don't want to get up and have to answer to anyone, you know. And again, the way that I look at how my YouTube channel works is once I start getting monetized, you know, it's going to be a case of the money that I get is the work that I put in, you know, it's all on me, and that's what I need at this stage of my life right now. And it's one of the things as well that, you know, for too long, you know, many people can probably vouch for this as well, you know, I've been someone that's been trying to be accepted into certain workplaces because again, you need to make ends meet, get the money in. And I think I feel at peace with not having to be someone to try and be accepted, in the sense to try and get a contract or something at a workplace that really doesn't really give a shit about me. You know, that's the honest truth. This is the honest truth. Like, these companies don't give a toss about you. You know, if you call in sick, you know, again, they don't really give a damn if you're sick. It's just that how can they get someone in to replace your workload? That's what it comes down to, you know. And the way that I look at things now, I don't want to give my blood, sweat and tears to a company that don't give a shit about me and not work on my thing, which is going to make me financially better off in the future. You know, I'm gonna have my own valuable time as well.
Yeah.
And this is what is important to me, you know, because as I said, this whole 9 to 5, what everyone does, is not for me. It never has been for me. You know, my background was literally becoming a professional footballer. You know, so I never looked at schoolwork. Even when I was in school, I never really achieved in school. You know, I come out of school with 1 GCSE, and that was not even really a grade that I look at. You know, so again, I've never been someone that's been down the school route. You know, and it wasn't because I wasn't clever. I didn't really try because my life was football. And then obviously from there, you know, you have your setbacks, and you've got to try and get a job to make ends meet.
Definitely.
And again, I've been chasing that because you get older, you need to earn your money, you know. And again, 9 to 5 isn't for me. You know, I'm not saying everyone has to follow that path of not doing 9 to 5. But where I'm at now, you know, it's about building my channel and not doing what everyone else does. You know, and again, as Richard said earlier, you know, getting up at, some people get up at 6 in the morning, you know, having to travel like about an hour away to get to work.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not life to me. You know, that's becoming part of the system.
It's depressing.
It is depressing. You know, and I've done jobs where you know what I mean, I used to work at Stansted Airport, you know, and I was so at Stansted Airport on the planesman, yeah. And I was getting up at ridiculous times in the morning, you know, and again, it's not nice, man. It's long ass shifts, you know, dealing with people that you don't really like, let's be honest. And again, you're getting home at stupid times in the morning, having to get checked in all the time as well. Horrible conditions. Yeah, the job was difficult, you know, but you know, I worked there for 6 months and I got through it, but that was a job that wasn't for me, nowhere near it. And it's one of them things now, as I said, if you can get up when you want, you know, work when you want, do something that you actually love, which is what I do, talk about football, and then you're going to be earning a lot more money than you would earn at these 9 to 5 jobs. It's a no-brainer, you know?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, at the end of the day, I think if you're out there and you have an idea, or you have a business idea, or there's something that you have love for, you have a drive for, and you want to do it. But obviously, like, you have bills to pay and everything, but it's just a matter of you planning yourself, like being arranged. Because at the end of the day, if you do 9 to 5s, no matter the company, there might be promotions and some people actually like the 9 to 5s. But I'm pretty sure people like us are out there. So I'd say, if you know the 9 to 5 is not your thing, and you have something that you want to do, you have an idea, you start now. You don't have to wait and say, oh, maybe in 5 years I'll start. Because if you give 5 years to a company, you're not growing.
There you go.
It's wages. The way the system is like, at the end of the day, you make $2,500 in a month. That $2,500 is going to go at the end of the month because you're going to pay bills, you're going to pay this, you're going to pay that. You know, there's no I'm not trying to spite people who do 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is great, don't get me wrong, but for someone like me, for people like us, and not just the both of us, I'm pretty sure there are like lots of folks out there in the hundreds and the thousands, probably in the millions, but everyone perceives things differently. Because I can't imagine waking up every day at 6, 7 a.m. the same thing every day for years to come. I'll be bored.
But bro, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, these things are planned because, you know, these things go deeper than what people know. Like the whole like, if you think of things like this, we've been steered down this working class 9 to 5 route. It starts from school, you know. If you look at school, for instance, you're not when you're in schools don't teach you about, you know, how to as you said, be an entrepreneur, you know, how to own your own business, how to handle bank accounts and handle money, finances. You're not taught this kind of stuff in school. You're just taught really to be part of the system and do a 9 to 5 job. You know, because this is what it is. It's been set up for us in a way that we are part of the working class system and we go and do a 9 to 5, you know. And again, a lot of people now, they're tied into the 9 to 5 because these people got mortgages, You know, they've got kids. So
I might have something else that I want to contribute to.
Yeah,
but I'll let you finish with
Yeah, no, cool. But as I said, yeah, like a lot of people now, they're tied into these kind of things because, you know, they don't have that option of saying now that they can't do a 9 to 5 because they need to get the money coming in. They've got kids, they've got a family to feed, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, someone like me that hasn't got any children, you know, I'm just glad that I've seen the light, really, you know, and I talk about this with my friends, you know, with close friends all the time, about how, you know, we've been steered into a direction of really becoming a slave to the system. Let's be honest, that's what it is, you know, because as you said, if you're giving 5 years to a company, what are you really getting out of that? Because for me, time is money. You know, my time is valuable now. And I actually appreciate my time a lot more as I've got my channel, because if I didn't have my channel, I'll just be doing 9 to 5, going nowhere with a company, trying to earn money for the month, you know, living from paycheck to paycheck. That isn't life. That's just that's just a slave to the system. You know, and as I said, a lot of people can probably relate to this, you know. A lot of people as well, you know, as I said before, they're probably in a situation where they can't really, it's too late to change.
Yeah.
For me, it's never too late. You can always do something on the side. But this whole 9 to 5 nonsense, man, is just not for me. Never has been. And again, it's taken me time to kind of realize this, but I would say over the last 6 months, I'm very switched on into what I need to do for myself. And as I said, that's what drives me and my channel. Not only do I love doing what I'm doing, and I genuinely do love it, you know, I do enjoy getting on the camera, talking about football, interacting with you guys, you know, my mods and that as well. And again, once I get monetized, you know, there's bigger and better things to come. And yeah, that's the passion, and not having to work for anyone, being your own boss.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't want to be their own boss? Yeah. Like, let's be honest.
Everyone's gonna want to be their own boss.
Yeah. So that's the passion.
I want to know folks' opinion. Yeah. What's your take on mortgage? Because in my understanding is literally the same when it's 9 to 5. Because imagine, let's just say.
I'm glad you said that, to be fair.
Let's just say I moved to an area.
Yeah.
And let's just say I moved to Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Or let's say I moved to Middlesbrough or a quiet town like the countryside or something. And maybe a company transfers me there for like work, and I say, okay, I like this place, I want to buy a house. My understanding is I'll be stuck in that area, because if I buy a house, I basically, especially a mortgage, I have to service that house for years to come, for like 30 years, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
And what happens when maybe I want to move out of that environment? I'm still being a slave to that house because I have to pay for it.
Watch out for part 2.